channel. This is Nikki, also known as Facelesstrader, and you're watching our Philippine daily market updates. So for the day, you could see that there's a lot of greens. You could see that the market is up 117 points, 1.91% up. Let's see. Let's go to your index names. You've got a market valuation of about 6 billion pesos. Today is a reverse of yesterday. Yesterday, you've got more decliners. Today, we've got 141 advancers, 54 decliners, and it looks as if the correction is over. Your biggest gainers today is GT Capital, 6% up, AGI 5.65% up, ICT up 5%. Your banks also are up. BPI leading the pack, 4% up. JG Summit, 3.85% up. Bloomberry, 3.83% up. Some other banks are also following suit. BDO up 3.4%. Ayala Corp up 3%. Security Bank up 3%. It's a risk on day to day with only a few losers. Your losers are URC, Pure Gold, Robinson's Retail, Jollibee, First Gen, Meralco, and Samirara. Your safe and stable names are pulling back, but your risk-on names are going strong. Let's take a look why GTCAP actually had a strong 6% move today. There's news that in Manila Bulletin, there's a news today published June 15, 10 p.m. that auto sales are spiking in May after a 2-month hiatus. So motor vehicles went up 3,500% in May to 4,788 units from only 133 units sold the previous month of April. CAMPI and Truck Manufacturers Association, these are Chamber of Automotive Manufacturers of the Philippines, has anticipated that the increase is coming from the lowest sales performance recorded in April following the ECQ lockdown. Compared to the same month of May 2019, the May 2020 car sales was still substantially lower by 85% from 30,998 units. Year to date, the overall sales are down 51% at 69,500 units versus 142,185 units. So this is a case of you're bottoming out, but you're still way low from last year's levels. While the May figures are still way below the industry's monthly average sales performance, we welcome any positive signs of recovery amid the pandemic and this season of new normal where dealerships have resumed operations are being implemented at all times. Among the categories in the commercial vehicle segment, the biggest increase was through the light commercial vehicle, utility vehicle, the SUVs, with 2,511 units sold or 4,383 units higher than the 56 units sold in April. Now, the Asian utility vehicle category also contributed 659 units sold, followed by 128 pickup trucks, 68 bus category 4, and 33 units of category 5 buses. At this point, the industry is anticipating a dampened consumer demand for new cars for the coming months because understandably, cars are big ticket investments, but we hope to see some gradual recovery perhaps by fourth quarter of the year. This is pleasant news for the cars, and you could see that GTCAP actually followed suit with a 6% move today due to that news. Particularly, the 6% up has a value traded of 154 million pesos, suggesting that recovery might be slow, but at least you've got a higher lows in this recovery wave for GT Capital. So let's take a look on the charts that are doing well. Now, also, there's news that I have to share while the GTCAP chart is loading. BSP is investigating the DOSRI violation of a big bank as per DOCNO. So this was actually something that echoes the worries of the entire market on the banking sector, with the banking sector still languishing very much lower than your March 9, 2020 levels. You could see that monetary authorities, Governor Benjamin Jokno said that they are investing allegations of illegally approved multi-billion loans by officials of a universal bank. So there's also a disclosure today written by China Bank that their exposure to loans is somewhere within 1%. So either way, all of these are very much reflective of the concerns and the matters when it comes to the provisional loans of all the banks, whether these banks are lending out to people with good credit or very difficult to say, like those types of credits. Nevertheless, we could see, okay, for GT Capital, we could see that the correction has been over with that good news. So for now, we are seeing a higher low. This is the higher low. So yesterday, of course, there was drops. You can't know if it could continue dropping. So this is just the first buying day. There was a gap up at about 470 and closing at 491. There is still this resistance at 534. So you've got a very tight range here. It is still way below your previous levels. As I said, your March levels was somewhere here at about 650. So it's possible that the 534 could be broken out if the market is trying to recover with a correction over mentality. Definitely, the strength of Wall Street last night was also a good reason why the market today is very bullish. You could see that in our market update for global, I'll discuss the charts that are breaking out to all-time highs. But basically, the Philippines is seen more as a reopening, more like a slow recovery theme. So GTCAP here got a low of about 360 to 400 peso pattern here, a higher low of 10% here at 450. It indicates that the resistance is 540 or 550, that any drops here at about 480 to 490 is considered a buying opportunity by some people who are reacting to that auto sales report. Now, of course, there are some companies that have been languishing. This is AGI. It hasn't really materially broken out. So these are your laggard plays that are seeing some strength today. Of course, you could see so this is more like a recovery play. It's more like a laggard play. So right now, since the market is still trying to play that recovery theme, the laggards are the ones that are getting more attraction from the market rather than the leaders. So these laggards, such as 7 pesos for AGI, is looking to be bought out by the market with this close of 729. Whether it can rally to about 8 or 9 depends, of course, whether their earnings is materially good. Nevertheless, we are seeing that some buyers are willing to pick up 7 peso below. Of course, we've seen banks rally, ICT as well. Okay, let's take a look. So ICT is an index name, your top three mover right now in your index. It has consolidated here at about 100, broken out. This is a strength, strong performance that is higher than your March levels, suggesting that ICT is being seen more as a strong recovery theme for the world as the world tries to recover, as ICT is more of a global play for your world trades, for your world trades. Now, let's take a look on your banks. BPI financials. As you could see, BPI has been stronger versus all the banks in the Philippines. Stronger than BDO, stronger than MBT, stronger than secure, more prudent in their loan portfolios. Whether that is true or not, it remains to be seen on their earnings front, as they have all suggested increasing their loan provisions in the next few quarters. Nevertheless, we're seeing that BPI here has recovered above that 65 level. This was a breakout. Yesterday's drop was yesterday's drop was today's an inside day. So we are seeing that this inside day is reflective of bullishness from the market and that the correction may be over. So we're seeing that this is the first buying signal. Of course, it can drop at about 69 or 70 or even at 65. But this is a good move for the financials trying to recover with higher lows. So low, higher low, higher low. higher low, higher low. So that's a good move for BPI. Naturally, with BPI leading the pack, BDO is trying to follow suit. This is, of course, the largest bank in the market, in the Philippine market. You have this double top resistance at 115. The chart of BDO is very different from BPI as it's still languishing here below 115. Potentially, there is a concern on their loan provision books. Nevertheless, we're still seeing a higher low here. It's good to note that the previous support of 100 at about 99 has been supported. So we would assume that this was the support and this is still the support. However, there will continue to be risks, given that, of course, the Bangko Central is trying to see whether the banks in itself has a lot of loan provisions, notwithstanding whether that bank is China Bank. Of course, people are many people observants are saying that the bank was China Bank. Since that news, China Bank has gone down to about 20 pesos, very much not very weak versus like your March levels of about 24. Now, for Security Bank, we're seeing that it's trying to pick its slack. It's got about support here at about 99 to 100. Overall, the banking space is quite weak, but we are seeing that some people are willing to bet higher lows. We are seeing the same pattern for Metro Bank after first resistance here at 43. This pullback of 10% is 38 and people are picking it up. That is, of course, a higher low from these 34 levels. So it looks like the market is in a bargain hunting mode. So these are the bargain hunting mode that the market is doing. We're seeing that your AC, your SM has rallied in consonance, of course, with the PSEI. With PSEI stop index weight as AC and SM, as the SMs and ACs rally, we're seeing that the PSEI is on the move up. Whether PSEI can trade higher than 6.5, can it go to 6.8, 6.9? This is your resistance area here at about 6.9. But we are seeing a shallow dip, which makes it proven that this 5.9 is probably the least the first sign of support, if not yesterday's 6.1. So any drops would be muted. The bulls are still in control of your indices. Let's take a look, of course, with your index names. Ayala Land here. Any drops at about 34 might get some buying action. SM Prime, it is still dropping very weak compared to the other properties. It could get supported though here at about 29, 28. Let's take a look in your reopening themes. All home was very since the COVID time, and the market is still trying to reevaluate with the chart. Another news. While the charts are loading, let me share to you the news. In June 16, Business World, there is an article here that indulgent purchases are seen to recover as quarantine eases. This goes to show that maybe there are people willing to shop for non-essential goods such as clothing, such as the fact that cars are turning around may mean that companies in the mall space and the brick and mortar retailers could see a potential rally. Let's take a look on your brick and mortar. No, so brick and mortar is a specialty retailer SSI. Your SSI here is indicating a higher low. We've got a previous low at about 115 supported there. Take a note that 115 was retested during the drop, and today is the first sign of recovery at 120. It could rally first here at your resistance points. We are seeing resistance at about 138, 139. But that said, it has that risk-reward play for SSI. Now, when you're seeing risk-reward play, it's notable to see that NIKL Asia as well recovered from 185. This was a Fibonacci area, and also it is a prior resistance. Given today's strong rally back to 196, we are of the assumption that this is a higher low. There might be no chances to get in at about 180 below. We are seeing that 180 is a very strong move And so this could recover all the way back to your 220, your previous high here, 220, 224. So that's the 10% move. Any drops is seen as a buying recommendation for Nickel Asia. Yeah, in general, I think today is a reopening theme, and also the people are happy with the IPO. Mary Mart goes 2 days up, 50% up here, 50% up there. Generally speaking, these names go 3 days up. We don't know if the third day is another 50 up, but it tells you that the risk sentiment of the market is back, and today's healthy move in the market is resembling that the correction could be very shallow and the correction is likely over. Let's see with strong names, if the correction is over, reopening themes like all home are suggesting the same look. Most charts look the same, no? They are strong, they make a flag, and then they resume up. So the resumption of the market's reopening could see this one home trade somewhere near your 9 levels. So from a risk reward perspective, we are seeing that this is a potential flag, barring any likelihood of a drop in your US indices. It looks like the drops here are muted here at about 7 areas. Yeah, so in general, we are following your US. Your US indices are very strong last night. I will cover them in my global market update. Definitely, ETHE after correcting is showing signs of a potential higher low here, higher targets today. The drops of your consumer staples like Pure Gold and Robinson's Retail is just more of a rotation game. It's not really a definitive distribution for your supermarkets, just a matter of the market wanting to buy some bargain hunting on the weak banks, on the weak financials, and so forth. You could see that the casinos are one of the strongest names, continuously stronger today. So it's more of a reopening theme rather than anything. I'm seeing Shakey's Pizza being bought up. These are higher lows after going to about 6 pesos. Could see it's a slow recovery, but it is a recovery nonetheless. Okay, thank you guys. That's it. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye.